Welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
And I'm still Sharyn.
And welcome back to everyone, whether it's your first time or your 50th time. We appreciate you coming back. We're going to get right into the topic after we do our shout outs. We'll do our shout outs.
She really enjoys doing them, as you can tell.
So our first shout out goes to Diana. So Diana, probably I don't have a last name or last initial for Diana, but she subscribed maybe about 3 or 4 months ago. So thank you, Diana, for your subscription to our channel, and thank you for sharing our channel. And for those of you, if this is your first time, please subscribe. And for those who's watching that haven't subscribed, please do so.
Yeah. We appreciate
it. Also, our next shout out goes to, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this name right, but it's Kudzu, Kudzu.
Oh, Kudzu.
Kudzu C. Thank you for being a subscriber and for also watching our channel.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least is Jeannie K. Jeannie K. Thank you. We love all our subscribers, just so you all know.
We do.
And we thank each and every one of you all. Okay. Now that's out the way. Whew. And you all know what's coming up. Well, I guess we're in that, where it's not necessarily coming up. So our title today is we're going to be talking about holidays. That type thing. But
Hold on. You're a little too perky for me today.
Well, I'm just saying I like the holidays.
Okay.
No, just kidding. With that being said, we're gonna talk about holidays. We are in the mix of holidays.
Holiday season is here.
Yeah, Thanksgiving just passed, and what's the next big holiday that's coming up? And that will be depending on what you celebrate, right?
Right. Well, it's Hanukkah. This is the first day of Hanukkah.
Yeah, so those of you who celebrate Hanukkah out there, today I guess is your first day. Happy Hanukkah to you.
Yes. Yes. And we're celebrating with some friends who are Jewish, and we're looking forward to that this evening.
Oh yeah, this evening. So we're going to a friend's house. Yeah. So
because we do it all. We do. If it's a celebration,
y'all know me. I jump at this.
And there's food included. We're going. Yeah.
And with that, that's what we're gonna be talking about.
The holidays.
Sharyn and I are gonna talk about our separate holidays, our together holidays, our holidays just overall.
And the thing is, you guys, whether you're single, coupled, or looking, whatever, everyone does their own thing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The way you celebrate it may be different the way we do and the way my cousin do and all that. It's all good. Mm-hmm. But one thing we're talking about, like most everyone we know, and probably most everyone they celebrate the holidays in some kind of fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Some kind of fashion.
Yes.
So we're saying, like, we just had Thanksgiving, but darling, the next 33, 35 days, it's on and popping. Yes. People are, you hear from people you haven't heard for a while. People calling you, talking to you, what are you doing for the holidays? You saw them for Thanksgiving. What are we going to do for...
Getting cards in the mail from people you don't even know.
Getting invitations and those, come on over, we having a sip and dip or whatever,
A sip and dip?
Wait a minute, this is California. They do all kind of wild stuff out here.
That might be something we need to do. Sip and dip?
Wait a minute. They be making up stuff. Well, the sun is shining. Come on over. Let's just celebrate. But seriously, whether you're Christian, Jewish, whether you celebrate Kwanzaa or just basic Christianity and the birth of Christ, whatever door you come in, it's all good because it's all under the umbrella of loving one another.
Yeah.
And acknowledging.
And finding a way to celebrate.
Yeah. So like I said, it doesn't matter what your culture is, what your religion is. We be doing it. And Rosa and I both are very social. That may surprise you. We are both very social, and we love it. We get invitations to all kind of gatherings, and we definitely enjoy it. We don't make them all, but we make the ones we can make, and I enjoy connecting with people, and it's a great time of year, and that's what we do. Yeah. So
So I love what?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I love the holidays, like Sharyn was saying, but I get that, you know, it's not a holiday for all. You know,
right.
Some people don't even celebrate the holidays, and you know, we celebrating them too. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right. Because as we're talking all this joy and hey, can't wait, and let's start wearing red
it's not
and black
fond
every
memories
day.
for people. You know, for me, Thanksgiving just means a time for family. You know, I don't, as they say, I don't care about no pilgrims. I just want to celebrate my family.
Yeah.
And, you know, come together, give thanks for the family that I have, whether it's, you know, immediate or outside of my immediate family. But
and family that we've chosen to bring into us.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. Just whoever we invited in our circle. And then, you know, for Christmas, which is one of my favorite holidays as well.
She likes them all. All.
I don't necessarily like them all. I like some more than others.
She be celebrating stuff that's not even a holiday, and we go back and forth with it every year. Halloween is not a holiday. That's
I don't really celebrate Halloween. I'll dress up because you know, with other social things.
Some cultures, there's some culture spilled over, and people started to do this and celebrate. And
the more you find out about the different holidays, it gives you more to celebrate. Like for Halloween, I never really even thought about it outside of just wearing a costume and getting candy as a child, you know. But for some people,
the Day of the Dead, right, which ain't Halloween at all. You know what I mean? It's the day to celebrate the people, to remember the people who passed on, and all that. It's not spooky, it's not kooky, it's not crazy. Which is a celebration, which is a fun-filled celebration, but not a. In my mind, is not a holiday. So when I say, I cannot say Halloween and Thanksgiving in the same sentence in my mind. Okay, Rosa can, because the decorations are up, and you know she got to find the perfect little Frankenstein.
I put decorations up for the kids. I have nothing to do with me, and I'm not talking
kids
about
my own. Gone.
I'm not talking about my own kids. I'm talking about kids in the neighborhood. Like, you know.
Okay. No, and I'm not poo-pooing it. I'm just saying we come in the room from different doors, and I do enjoy it.
She's trying to allude that I love Halloween or whatever. When I put the Halloween decorations up, I just don't want to be the only house on the street with no Halloween decorations. They got to do it for the kids, you know. Looking like you want to participate if they come to your door, which somebody I know didn't even pass out candy that I bought for the kids, because I was gone for Halloween. I was in Pittsburgh,
right,
and she didn't even pass out candy
because Sharyn was asleep. When I woke up, it was midnight and nobody was at my door.
I called her, like, people are at the gate, because I can see through the ring that people were at the gate. And she didn't even answer. But anyway.
Wait a minute. I have to admit, it wasn't my best moment. When I woke up, like I say, it was midnight. And she's in Pittsburgh, calling like, people, they're at the gate. They're at the gate. And
it wasn't even midnight. It was like 5 o'clock your time. Because it had to be like 8 o'clock where I was.
But I was asleep.
And I'm still like, people are at the gate, you know, trying to get in to get some candy. Oh, I fell asleep. And I was like.
And it was some good candy, too.
So now we got to eat all the candy? Or, you know what I'm saying?
You do what you got to do.
Anywho, that was a whole nother thing. But I ended up bringing it to my students. So, you know, it's all good. So anyway, that was Halloween, and I'm not really that big on Halloween. I do like dressing up, you know, especially with my groups, you know, different groups that I'm in. We might do like a Halloween run, like my run group does. So I enjoy that. But as far as like going to parties and stuff, we haven't done that in a long time. We haven't gone to a Halloween. Yeah.
Right. Well,
part of it COVID.
Right. COVID and life and then Sharon.
And breakups. Because we used to have one party where our two friends, they give a party, but they've broken up. So we haven't had that party at their house in a long time.
And we mad about it. Like, we don't care that they broke up. We mad about the party. Because y'all get together. Look, it's not funny because heartbreak is heartbreak. Yeah. But listen, let's get serious because we got a lot of stuff to put out. So
okay, so I don't know to celebrate holiday, but Christmas is coming.
Yes,
the birth of Christ. Everybody know the reason for that season. But we also understand that, you know, it's joyous time for some and for others it's not. So we don't want to skip over those folks either. So you were gonna ask
well. Let me add this in before we go any further. You know, as we're jumping for joy and getting ready and anxious, and you know, wearing red and you know, little decorations in the window.
I got red lips. Can y'all see that?
Oh, hey, they don't get to see it all. Whoa, wait a minute, baby.
I was trying to do the red and black too, but
you know.
But go ahead.
late sleeper. But in any event, so I'm just saying also to make the note that everyone doesn't receive this part of the year with such joy. It is there's many people who have nowhere to go. They came from houses and situations that wasn't happy then, not happy now. Some people hate the fact that this next 30, 35 days is going to be very stressful for them in a different way.
Yeah.
Suicides go up. We have friends who are, if you know people who are lonely, have no one to connect with, do give them a call. Go get them. Bring them over, so they're not sitting there in the chair looking at 18 reruns of Law and Order.
I'm going to put Sharon's number in the chat so y'all will have that. If you need to call her during these 35 days.
And if you're in California, we will come pick you up. That's where we at. And I really do... I really do mean that. So as we're on our little happy horse and everything, I realize like everybody not happy, everyone's not looking forward to it. But today, Rosa and I just want to speak to the joy of the season that is coming and how it affects us and has impacted us. So I'm going to start off by asking Rosa, who is a holiday person, what was your, if you don't mind me asking, what was your best Christmas memory? Best Christmas.
Ooh, best Christmas memory. Well, so my best Christmas, I'm just trying to think of several things because there's several good Christmases. But my best one for me is always Christmas since I had my children. I mean, it's a joy just,
to see them.
Right. And to get them to understand the whole meaning of Christmas and to try to incorporate traditions which kind of have died already. So I guess, once they move with their dad, traditions have died. But
or changed. Your emphasis has changed.
That's so true. That's so true. But I think those were my best Christmases. Now, did I have some childhood great Christmases? Yes, I did. But those were later also in my childhood area when I'm during the adoption process of being with a whole nother family, so.
Well, let me ask you this, and I don't want to cut off your story, but is there one Christmas or two that really stand out when you really felt the spirit of Christmas? Then when you really just, sat around a tree and you thought about, Jesus in Bethlehem and a woman named Mary and you got some ice skates too. However it came into you, is it one that you remember being really happy?
That was I would again say as an adult, as a
none
child.
From children as a child.
When Christmas became Christmas with a lot of presents, that's kind of what it was for me. It's just present after present. I just want to open my stuff like most children do, and before the whole lot of gifts, when I was with my mother in different, foster homes as well, you didn't get as many gifts, but, first thing everybody want to do is do Christmas and then go to church, or do Christmas and that type of thing. But to me, again, I'm young, so it's like, we got to go to church again. We gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to, whatever Barbie you got or toy or whatever it was that you got, you just want to play with it. You don't want to go to Christmas now. You got to get dressed, go to church, and go to somebody's house to celebrate. Because as an adult, that's what they were doing. But you tagged along. And whatever the celebration was, you never really got that understanding. It's just, we're at, Aunt Bobby's house, or we're at, Uncle Joe's house, or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I didn't get the understanding of Christmas. I got that it was more, you get a gift. You know what I'm saying? And nobody even taught you that you need to give somebody a gift. Even as children, my children are taught, somebody give you something, you need to give back. It's not just about take. So, and they are good with that now. Yeah. Well, especially my daughter. I don't know about my son. He can hold on to his stuff. But he'll give in a sense, if he got to make you something. He won't spend his money. But he'll make you something just so you can have something,
Yeah, he will. Right.
But he still, understands giving. I don't know if he understands it a lot, but he understands giving. So that part was never taught. But my great Christmases were more just during my adult time, when you can just say, thank you, God, for this family that you've given me. And you can look around and everybody seems happy. And, like Sharyn was saying, you're sitting around a Christmas tree, you have breakfast, and everybody's just gone to their respective places. And you're just sitting there taking it all in. Like, this is a good time.
Right.
This is a really good time. And, our traditions were more just everybody helped, put the tree up, that type of thing. And when my kids were small, we did the whole leaving a cookie out for Santa thing and all of that. So they were excited about that, and we would build a gingerbread house every holiday. So those are the traditions. Those are the traditions that kind of have lacked. I send them a gingerbread house now, but I don't know if they're putting it together with their dad or whatever the case. And my daughter's in college now, so she's just probably whatever. But that to me was the meaning of Christmas, just to be able to sit. Like, I know Thanksgiving is a time to be thankful, but for Christmas, it's just thankful throughout the year for me. Christmas brings it all in. I am thankful for this year. I'm thankful for my family and how protected they've been and how blessed they've been, and just how God has, been watching over them throughout the year. So that's my whole, I can breathe. I can say thank you. And let's just, hopefully another year brings the same, blessings are still there. Protection is still there. That type of thing. For me, is my best Christmases. Like I was saying when I was younger, what Christmas was. But as I got older, one year we spent Christmas at Disney World. Instead of in lieu of getting gifts, we went to Disney World. So that's the one I remember the most, and how it was just great. And we were just so excited because I was in upstate New York. So we was excited to even get to Florida. And it's sunny and nice. Yes. So I never even thought about that. And I'm like, wait a minute, but it's snowing 3 feet of snow back at home, So that was really good. Good for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it. I know I went through the whole.
No, it's all good. Cause a couple of things I didn't know, but let me ask you this: what was your worst? Can you think of one that just really, ugh?
Oh, there was several of those. I mean, where, if you got a gift, it wasn't really wrapped, no tree, all the things that you want as a child, you're just like, but you don't even think about the fact that your parents can't even, or my mom in that sense, can't even afford it, or struggling for other things. You're not thinking about that. You're like, I just came from Tommy's house and they got a tree and we don't have one,
with toys. And
so you think Santa's not coming, and then you wake up in the morning and there's a toy out. It's not wrapped, but your name's on it, so you just start playing with it. But so if you have to say in a sense of worst, those would probably be my worst ones. But at the same time, I get it as an adult, when you are trying to provide. But Christmas just is not. Christmas is not the same Christmas in everybody's household.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's my understanding. But those were kind of like my worst Christmases, where we just didn't celebrate anything.
Yeah, but I will say this to go back to some of the best Christmases. I remember when we first got together, and I had not, believe me, not having children, and not trying to get some. I just wasn't around a lot. I just wasn't around kids. Kids, Christmas everything was adult focused for me.
But even as a child.
No, not as a child, but I'll get to the best one. So one of the nicest Christmas I saw, and it would just brought me into a whole different galaxy about it, because just being Christmas and all the food and the special dinner and and this tree that's almost as tall as the house, and she's just knocking herself out, and all these presents were coming from around the United States, because my stepchildren happen to have 3 sets of grandparents, and they have the best godmothers, and they have incredible aunts and uncles, and so there was so much stuff under the tree for the children. And I was just like, oh my gosh, do they know how blessed they are? I mean, I really thought the kids were literally getting tired of opening presents. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I already got one of these. Okay, but let's thank her anyhow. Thank you. Oh, another gift card. Oh, another gift card. And it's just, I'm like, wow. So what I thought was good, and what I saw you do is, like, the next Christmas, we did try to go to the homeless shelter, though it was closed, and it was, just to let the kids see that everyone doesn't, that's not normal for everyone. So that was good, but back to me. I say this is one of my best Christmases, and I had to be around somewhere between 10 and 11, and this is back in the 60s. I say it was one of my best ones because I learned a lifelong lesson. And so if I was 10 or 11, the English racer bike, the one with the 3 speeds, before people had the five speeds, 10 speeds, 15 gears. I'm talking about old school bike. So when they broke out with the English racer with the 3 speeds and the little bell on the side, well, my mother never raised us with no Santa Claus. Like, my mother was Santa Claus, and the idea of some white man coming down a chimney in North Philadelphia was so absurd. Okay, so we didn't even go there with that. So I know my mother was making things happen. You know what I mean? And she had 6 kids too many. And she had 6. Okay, so she was struggling, and we knew we were struggling. But you don't know how much you're struggling because you're a kid. But you have some idea. So in the event, I saw the English racer, and it was on Germantown Avenue. I live again. I'm being raised in North Philadelphia, and the bike cost $25. And that shows you how long ago that was. $25 for a brand new English racer bike. Well, of course your mother what do you want for Christmas? As she teases you, you know what I mean? Because she'd ask you what you want, then she'd tell you what you're going to get, right? So
that's me too.
So anyway, so I'm telling my mom, I really want this English racer bicycle, and it costs $25, and it's on Germantown Avenue. And my mother said, "That's what you want?" I said, "I most certainly do." So she went into her breast, pulled out some money. She gave me $15. And I'm puzzled, because I know I just told my mother this bike is $25, right? My mother told me, she said, "Here's $15 toward your bike. If I give you everything you need, you will be a poor hustler. I got 5 other children who want some stuff too. So you need to work with this $15 and make some arrangements to get $10 other and go get your bike." Girl, I'm out there scrubbing steps, sweeping carpet before we had a vacuum cleaner. So you sweeping it by broom and which broom, right? And I did earn $10 to put to the $15 so I could get my English racer. So why I say that was a lifelong lesson is because I can still hear her voice in my head, like, "I'm going to give you what I can give you, but you need to make some arrangements for the rest of that money." And I've been making arrangements for the rest of my life. Right? So, and I like telling that story because it's real. It's authentic, it did happen, and it still stays with me. So I'm considering that one of my best Christmases because my mother she's just giving you, as they say, straight no chaser. She was a straight no chaser kind of woman. Yeah. Now, you can want what you want. You can knock yourself out wanting. I got $15 towards your Christmas, so you need to work with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you go get a snowman, and the snowman ain't got no eyes, ain't got no nose, he only got one arm. Well, you need to work on your snowman because we got it right. From the thrift store, right? But in any event, one of my, if you will, saddest or just heartfelt Christmases was, I'm grown. I'm in the military. I've been in the military about 9 years by this time. I'm in Orlando, Florida, because the Navy kept sending me down there. Well, in any event, it's Christmas morning. Everyone's gone who could go. The only people there are the people who couldn't afford to or waiting for their school to open. And I'm just waiting for my school to open. And I'm making rounds. And we were, the men and women never stayed in the same building. So I'm looking up into the balcony of the men's quarters, and these 3 sailors came out, and they had been drunk. They'd been drinking all night long. They came to the railing, and all together they said, "Merry Christmas, everybody." So these 3 sailors, again, I had to do these. So I'm making rounds throughout the complex, and all these 3 sailors, and like I said, they were drunk, but they or had been drinking all night. Was dry drunk in the morning. And so they came out, and they seemed so lonely. And then when they said, "Merry Christmas, everybody," and, they eating pizza from last night, they drinking a beer that's not cold anymore. And it was the saddest thing. And I mean, tears came to my eyes because they seemed like, gee, we would have gone home if we could have, but we're down here in Orlando, Florida too. And I just continued on my my rounds, but I just thought it was so sad. You wake up, you drunk, you're not at home, you miss your family, you may or may not have money to fly home, and you down here in Orlando with me, and it's Christmas morning, So that it's still, I just remember that. So any event, as we're talking about the holidays and everything, the worst, the best, the one that you remember the most, I will say this: my Christmases definitely have been renewed since I've been with Rosa, because she is just so wonderful about the holidays. Not that I'm the old Scrooge or anything, but it's just like it takes energy. And I'm thinking like when she puts up the decoration, and I'm like, oh, I'm not putting on no decoration. I ain't getting on no ladder. Don't worry, Sharyn, I'll take care of them. You know what I mean? Then I come out and the house is lit up and there's a tree and everything. And she does most of the heavy lifting herself. Not because I don't care, it's just that she's so into it.
Well, it's easy to be great and cheerful around the holidays if you've done it all year long. We got Scrooge over here that she tries to get the energy around the time because you haven't done it all year long. No,
I think that was a crack,
but it kind of was. But I'm just kidding.
No, I'm supportive. I am because but once you see those lights come on, it fills your heart, and then I'm like, okay, leave the blinds open because they got to see this tree that my wife just put up, and then I'm already, and then she think I haven't kicked in because I've been buying presents all year, and then like she wakes up one morning and like there's 17 boxes there, you know what I mean? Just 15.
3.
Oh, the one with the diamond in it, right? Yeah. So, and I'm trying not to give away like what I'm getting her, and then she'll say like, is Santa Claus bringing me red bottoms? I'm thinking only if you paint them, you ain't getting them. So I'll make my little cracks and everything. I say first we got to decide, have you been a good girl? So any event, she pulls me into it, and I love it. I do. You really do get me into the groove. So as we're saying, the holidays are here. What we want to make sure that you hear today is that, one, everyone may not be as happy or festive as you and your family may be. So please expand your heart to include people who are not doing as well or as much. Yeah. Because you don't have to, you don't have to have a 19-course meal or 15 courses, but just knowing that somebody is sitting in a room by themselves, and go up and get them, invite them over, and also. With the New Year's and everything, we're just asking, because the last 2 years have been pretty rough with COVID. Yeah. It really, really had people saying a year and a half, well, some people it's been 2 years already. Yeah. We want you to truly just stay healthy, be careful, because we want to see everybody next year, and we've been so blessed, yet another blessing. We've had all our shots. No, you need to get your booster. Right. So but being very, very careful and mindful. Yeah. And mindful.
One thing I feel that COVID has taught us is how to celebrate in a different way.
Yes. Yes.
You had to be creative. Yeah, I think it taught us to celebrate in so many different ways. Yes. And I think some of those traditions needs or probably should be incorporated into the way you celebrate going forward. I know it is for me because it's family oriented. You're home with whomever is in your home. Of course, if you live by yourself, you're always looking to get out and be around people, and I get that too. But you can always have something small at the house. Sharyn was talking about that the other day, just kind of trying to have something small, for an intimate group of people
for New Year's.
Right. So I was.
Because
I'm still on the fence about it, but we'll see if that happens, and we'll let you all know.
And my point, excuse me for cutting you off, is like you don't have to be in a ballroom with 250 people. Yeah. I mean, we had a wonderful New Year's, maybe I guess it was 3 years ago or 4 now, but we went out to one of the casinos, and the music, the music was great. It was
they
so
had
many
Rolls Royce,
and they were doing it, and the food was good. The place was packed. The music was fantastic. We really enjoyed it. Of course, we spent the night, but see, I'm not sure we can replicate that because guess what? I don't need to be around no crowd of 400 people or 3 or 2. So when we were saying like, okay, let's just shift our minds, let's do that paradigm shift, and like, okay, babe, yes, we can have a gathering, but it's not going to be a large gathering. Yeah. So who do we think our 8 closest buddies and friends are, or 10? Right. And keeping it small, just being on the safe side, because one thing I have noticed when we go out, I don't, with the hugging and people holding hands or whatever they're doing, I don't hear people asking, do you have your shots? You don't need to. I will ask you. I don't know where you've been, what your thinking is about it. I just come in the door saying, I've had my shots. Hello, everybody. And I'm still not going to hug you.
I'd rather just do the Obama fist bump.
Yeah. And guess what? And I ain't even got to do that. Look, I don't have to touch you to love you. Love you. Okay? Because the world has changed. Yeah. And we have to be mindful. And that's the piece I wanted to make sure that we leave with you also. It's like I said, stay healthy, stay safe. Mm-hmm. The drinking and driving, drink till you throw up. I don't care. But do not drive.
Right.
Do not drive. So, because we want to see you in 2022 as well. So all of that, hearing our stories, talking about where we've been, and some more surprises I'm trying to get together for my sweetie. My sweetie, I'm excited. I'm excited. Like the kids won't be here, but we'll see them in February, and I enjoy the love that goes with all the holidays. Yeah. Some people, they don't feel it like that. With some people, it's just stress. Yeah.
And it is stressful.
Yeah.
I took my daughter who was here for Thanksgiving to the mall when she came home because she has an internship and needed some appropriate clothing. Mm-hmm. So we had to go to business wear. Yeah. And so she didn't have a lot of that. So we gone to the mall, and it still was crazy. And I'm not a mall person. I'd rather get my stuff offline. But because it was her, she was here. Mm-hmm. I wanted her to try stuff on, see what it looked like. I'm like, let's go to the mall. And we went to like 3 stores for her getting stuff, and I was already over it.
You were done.
She was like, what about this? I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Just get it. Like, I mean, literally at that point, I wasn't even caring.
Wait a minute. Look, if it fits, you buying it. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, my whole mind is like, we'll just go to Nordstrom's or Macy's and find everything we need. And she couldn't fit stuff. So it was like, now I got to go to more stores?
Right.
I was already over it.
And notice, no one invites me because look. You can take me anywhere, but you're not taking me out in that mall. Yeah. The people,
but I'm rude, saying that to say it wasn't even Christmas shopping, and people were crazy. So I can just imagine. I'm not even trying to go to the mall.
Right, 2 days before Thanksgiving, they out there already, and see it turns me off. It scares me. It's just too much. It's just it puts stress where it doesn't have to be. It just really doesn't.
There's a lot happening.
Yeah, I'm not even a fun person because I'm mad that even if I ride there with you. Can I sit in the car? Can I sit in the food court?
That's what I almost did, but I was like, I'm using my credit card. My daughter don't, she don't look at prices when she's using your credit card.
She knows. She just like, let me
park.
Good.
Yeah, let me park and get out so we can.
So you don't go crazy. Right?
Exactly.
So but, you're right. That's true.
Yeah, but definitely, stay safe during the holidays, and just to ramp up until we get to Christmas, we'll try to wear like Christmas stuff. Yeah. For the next.
Complete. Do I get to wear the little stocking?
You can wear a hat if you want.
I can wear the hat. Okay.
Just until we get up to the Christmas time, just for something fun.
What I was trying to relay is that my Christmas have gotten better since being with you.
Aww, she's so sweet on camera. She's so sweet. She is so sweet on camera. Y'all just don't know my boo-boo. But anywho.
I'm your boo-boo?
Yeah.
I'm the boo-boo. Okay, I'll be the boo-boo.
But we would love to hear how you all celebrate your holidays and what holidays are those. And, what's the tradition of them? I had gone, and I know it's, we're going past time, but I got to tell this quick story. I had gone to help this group that I work with without saying their names. I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah. But had gone to help this group that I work with that has a partnership with my university. So it was work related. And within it, the woman was asking all of the students that were there, and it probably was around 50-some students, what holidays they celebrate. And they were talking about the different holidays. And I learned a lot of different holidays that you never even thought about. Mm-hmm. But even when you hear how they celebrate them, this one girl talked about Advent. She celebrates a holiday called Advent, and she said they have like these different color candles that they light during certain days. So it's like, I get it. I don't understand her holiday, but it sounds so similar to Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and things like that. So I'm just like, we're all kind of the same if you think about it, and you know, we're just doing it a little different. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. We're more
same than different.
Then we are different. Yeah. And that was like the big thing, because I was just like, wow, so Hanukkah they light candles, and so do we in Kwanzaa, and different days for different meanings or whatever the case may be.
And prayer. I mean, there's so many things that's similar. You know, there's food, there's a deity, there's celebration, there's good feelings, there's hope. All those things, you know, and how you spell it and pronounce it may be different because your belief system is different, but it all melts down to the same pot. Yeah, if you ask me. So we good?
Yeah. So I mean, whatever you celebrate, we would love to hear it.
Yeah. So like always, you know, we're always wishing you the very best
of all good things. Yes. Stay safe and stay woke, and enjoy the holidays. We love you.